Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, I'm going to tell you why Mercedes Moné wins so many belts.
Seth Rollins has been stripped of the World Heavyweight Championship.
There was a big fat title change on Raw.
And I'll tell you why WrestleDream's main event sucked. I'm Adam Wilborn.
It's a bit harsh, we're only talking about the ending.
Just hyperbolic titles, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the news.
I'm Andy H.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, H stands for homunculus.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
No.
It's just a word that sounds nice. Now, let's talk about Mercedes. Let's talk about Mercedes Moné. Why she always wins, why she wins all the titles, why she goes to these indie promotions, immediately wins the belt, why she has 12 belts.
Because she's the best.
Why she's the CEO. Dance. All of that stuff. Do you want to know why this keeps happening, friends?
Why?
Do you want to know why? It's because she has creative control.
Oh, what?
In every single company she goes to.
In the world?
Yes. Vienna, Independent Promotions, Winnipeg, CMLL, AEW, Ring of Honor, they all give her creative control. Which is a famous thing that always happens with Mercedes. No, we're talking BS, of course. That's not the reason. But actually, the reason why this keeps happening has been illuminated a little bit by Winnipeg Pro Wrestling. So, if you recall, we spoke about this a bit yesterday. Mm-hmm. She now has 12 titles, Mercedes, which is crazy. But the latest of which she won was for Winnipeg Pro Wrestling at their event this weekend. This past weekend on Sunday, she beat Jodie Brett just 24 hours after she'd beaten Mina Shirakawa to become the interim undisputed World Heavyweight Women's Television Pure
ROH.
Ring of Honor Television 24/7 title.
And just 48 hours after she defended against Persephone, right?
Yeah.
Busy
exactly.
weekend.
Exactly. Busy weekend for old Mark. But the reason this keeps happening is because she brings business to these promotions, guys.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. So basically, there was a tweet from Dave Meltzer that came out basically saying that if you think that this harms the promotions, you're nuts. She keeps adding to them. She has elevated them. Now, in itself, that doesn't mean a great deal without numbers, but we got numbers, baby. So Winnipeg Pro Wrestling's promoter has been on X, and they've been elaborating on why this keeps happening. It's a gentleman called Devin Bray. He's the co-owner of this promotion. But the company themselves tweeted, "Hey there," responding to some angry people. "Hey there, I'm the one that booked her, picked her up at the airport, and was with her all day. I'm the one that sees the ticket sales and budgets. I'm the one that saw kids crying and shaking when they met her. Hope this helps." They also elaborated on Twitter that this event they ran last year drew 1,300 people. This year it drew 1,600 people, so it's up by 300. They also said that when they announced Mercedes, it attracted a couple of extra hundred people who wouldn't have even known that pro wrestling was going on in town that day, and thus sold more tickets. So there you go. Mercedes also did a meet and greet before all this, and that's an extra money spinner.
Yeah.
It's not just about how many people in the building. You go to a meet and greet, you're paying for that. You're paying to meet people most of the time. You're paying for a signed photo. You're paying for a selfie. You're paying to say, do the dance. I don't know. You're paying for that too, so it's even more business for the promotion. What's better business than that, you might ask? NordVPN.
Hey.
That's what's better business than that, but only just. Tremendous offer on the moment, guys. It's crazy. It's over 70% off. 3 months for free if you sign up right now. Protect yourself online. You have to. It's not an option in this digital world we're living in. Link in the description. Comment the thing if it's still there, if it hasn't vanished by now.
You know what to do.
Let's talk about Mercedes.
Do we really have to explain this to people?
Yep.
Like, it's amazing what is considered, not news, it's a topic, we have to talk about it, but what is considered, like, information that people need to have explained to them. A bit like, you telling me Becky Hogan and Sammy Hogan isn't a thing? No, that's how promotion works. They win a lot, and more people support them.
It's called a push.
And then they get people over facing them. But, like, sorry, John Bunchanumpers online. You don't know the exact ins and outs of Mercedes' independent dates, whereas the promoter of the actual wrestling show does. And obviously, like, it's obvious this. If you're a small indie promotion, I get it, your world title, or whatever it might be, will not be around as much as it was, but I presume they're not doing shows every single week. It's sort of an on and off thing. That's how these indie promotions work. That's certainly how it worked with us for WCW,
like once a month.
Example. Exactly. First of all, you get to go, look, on national television, there's our belt. Granted, it might be held by one of the frat house, but still, it is associated with Mercedes Moné. But yeah, far more important than all that, you get Mercedes Moné wrestling
and doing this
at your show. It obviously will boost numbers. It obviously will enhance finances with their cut of, like you say, meet and greets and what have you. And how cool for the fans that if they can't spend money to travel to go to one of the big shows or one of the big pay-per-views or whatever, it's in the gym down the hall. That's class.
Yeah, I get to see one of my favorite wrestlers in my town.
And as I mentioned yesterday, it's a cool strategy on AEW's behalf in terms of, right, well, she's not going to be world champion. That's going to be held by Toni Storm and now obviously Chris Statlander. That enhances them.
Yep.
But we can say there's also someone who holds 12 belts. It's pretty good.
It's also like, it's at the point where she has so many belts now. It's funny.
Yes.
It's really funny because no human can carry that amount of silverware, of hardware.
It was bad enough when she had like 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here.
Now it's like
doubled.
If Mercedes tried to carry all those belts, she would probably fall over.
You can mummify Mercedes with her belts.
Two things I want to see right from this. I want to see Mercedes create the Huel and Bill Burr thing from Breaking Bad, where they're lying on the pile of money.
Yeah.
I want to see Mercedes lying on a pile of belts like this. Just do it. Do the meme.
Yeah.
Also, I want Chris Statlander to beat her. Full Gear.
Yep.
I got this wrong on Twitter yesterday. I said World's End. I get mixed up. Look,
Near the end of the year, innit?
My brain is made of treacle, guys. You know this by now. I want to see Chris Statlander. What I want to see in that match, though, is Mercedes comes down. She's got goons carrying the belt. I don't know if it's the frat house. I don't know if it's 12 individual. Actually, 12 individual people would be funnier, wouldn't it? Like the entire Dark Order.
Or they're going to say the Don Callis family. They're getting pretty close.
Yeah, the entire Okada carrying the Southside title.
Well, yeah, Mercedes plus Okada is what, 15 now? Because he's got the unified, so he's got the other 2 that were unified into the one.
Go. It's getting chaotic over here. I want to see that happen. All these goons coming down with the belt like an army of people. And then when Chris Statlander beats her, I want to see Chris lift all the belts up with one hand and just walk out.
Or have Mercedes have to be like, which one is it? It's not that one. Yeah. Not that one. Not that. It's this one.
Which one did I actually lose? Yeah.
I will say the one interesting thing, and this has been already discussed quite a lot online, is when she eventually does, and it's going to happen eventually, drop these titles. It's obviously not going to be all in one go to someone else because that doesn't solve anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But does she just have to go on a losing streak around every promotion? Oh, lost again. Oh no. And it's still quite a fun thing to have her do, like on television, constantly show up with less and less belts, like she's done with showing up with more and more.
And look, we've not had one report, source, promotion, whatever, come out and say, things have been real bad since we gave Mercedes our title. Not heard one thing like that. So like the thing,
it's like you say, if people come along, they go, I've never heard of this promotion, but cool, we get to see Mercedes. Let's go along. Oh, that guy was pretty cool actually in that match, and that girl was awesome in that one as well. Oh, I'm gonna come back and watch this.
Yeah. So like
simple business.
There's a lot of people made their minds up about Mercedes or Sasha Banks or whatever she has wrestled as over the years a long time ago.
Yeah.
When she left WWE with Naomi, like, what was that, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, easy.
There was people online going, this is so unprofessional, how could she do this? Our stance was always simple, we don't work there, so we don't care. And also, good for them for taking matters into their own hands. It's what we said at the time, it's what we've said every single time we've commented on it since. That's our stance on it. We're not getting upset at someone for leaving a promotion.
It was a dumb bit of booking as well.
It was.
Why are you beating your tag champs, idiots?
Real bad.
In singles action. What?
Silly sausages. A lot of people are just deeply ingrained. They do not like Mercedes and they will go after her for things that simply aren't true. Like the creative control thing that we took the piss out of earlier.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like her work. Listen, I don't like the Beatles and everyone else on planet Earth does. You don't have to like her work. There's nothing wrong with that. It's totally fine. You are free to enjoy what you want and dislike what you want as well. But some of this stuff gets pretty damn personal, and I think you can't really argue with an indie promotion increasing its attendance by, 20%?
Yeah.
So, 300 people doesn't sound like a huge, but when you take it as a percentage, number one, this is an indie promotion. Number two, if this was WWE and they're doing an extra 20%, 10,000 up to 12,000, boom. So, that's a pretty hefty percentage.
I just don't understand why people get so upset about stuff that doesn't affect them.
It's the internet in 2025, man, isn't it?
I
get
when she wins another belt, I'm not like, no, that means I've got to throw my shoes away or whatever. It's like, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
It was stuff like, if it's something I don't like, but it doesn't affect me, I don't like snooker. I think it's boring as sin. You know what? I just go, oh, cool. Well, congratulations to Ronnie O'Sullivan or Stephen Hendry or whoever it is.
I think
John Parrott.
The moral of this story is that we assign too much energy to things that we cannot control.
Yes.
We get too worked up and we get too upset about these things. Everybody, take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Relax. And be cool. Help your school.
Yeah, that being said, if Dwayne Johnson doesn't get nominated for an Oscar, I'm smashing this place up.
Yeah, you will become the smashing machine.
Right, let's stick with talking about belts, though.
Will be the first time our WhatCulture camera has been broken after an accident.
Mm-hmm. Let's tell no more stories.
Anyway.
Seth Rollins was stripped of the World Heavyweight Championship on last night's Raw. No great surprise, obviously. Get well soon to Seth Rollins. He was obviously injured in that match at Crown Jewel with who was he facing? Cody Rhodes, the biggest star in wrestling right now. I've almost forgot his name there. He was injured in that match, then subsequently betrayed by the two Bronnies on last week's Raw. This week, Postman Pearce, the general manager on Monday Night Raw, comes out and says that Seth Rollins, as a result of the attack last week, we all know the real reason, but good stuff, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed killing Seth Rollins has led to him having to undergo major surgery, and as a result, he's had to be stripped of the World Heavyweight Championship. So there is going to be a new champion crowned at Saturday night's main event on November 1st. CM Punk automatically in that match because obviously he won the number one contenders match last week. And then at the end of Raw, spoilers by the way, if you don't want to know the end of Raw, but why are you watching this beforehand? But the timestamps are in the link below. There was a battle royal at the end of the show that was won by Jey Uso, last eliminating Dirty Dom. It will be Jey Uso versus CM Punk at Saturday night's main event to crown the World Heavyweight Champion. The two Bronnies, by the way, not allowed in the Battle Royal because Postman Pearce was laying down the law.
And the Postman always delivers.
Indeed.
So there you go. Knew this was coming a mile off, didn't we? Vacant back on the scene.
Congrats again.
Chris being, it's like a 53-time world champion at this point. It's all vacant.
Mercedes has got now on vacant.
Yeah, you got some catching up to do, Mercedes. Her original ring name in wrestling was Mercedes KV, Mercedes K Vacant in this case. No, it's like, look, Jay's a logical opponent for CM Punk because they've been friends in storyline, but Jay recently has been more of an asshole, so there is an opportunity to do something fun with both his relationship with CM Punk and also his evolving assholery as well.
He eliminated his brother during the match, I should mention.
He did, because he's an asshole now. That's what he does. And then you can do some fun stuff with Roman Reigns as well, because Roman Reigns' influence has been creeping in on this man. So, like, from a storyline standpoint, all of that fits into place really well. I will say that if Dominic Mysterio wasn't Intercontinental Champion right now, I would absolutely have had him win and done him versus Punk.
Absolutely.
I mean, how much fun would that be?
I think Punk on commentary was like, I don't mind who I face. Actually, no, I do. I don't want to face Dirty Dom. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. He should win Money in the Bank next year because I think they've already clued you in, like you say, with him coming close on numerous occasions and fighting the right sort of people that you like. He could be a world champion in 2026.
And he's a good guy for that role because he's a little twat, isn't he?
Yes, perfect for the briefcase.
He's a little asshole. It would work really
with a
well.
mustache on it, yes please.
Oh my goodness, purple and black briefcase with a mustache.
Can you have a neck tattoo on a briefcase?
You can try. Now. I mean, you could try. Let us know, tattoo artists, in the comments below. So it's good. It's good.
I saw a lot of discussion about this online, and I sense the two Dudleys are going to be very grumpy about it on the Raw review later. Not me, Positive Pete over here. But we'll talk all about it. But I like it, like you say, from a storyline perspective across the board. Dirty Dom coming close, but again, like the Judgment Day, like we'll get to what happened with them in a second.
They're bad.
Yeah, they're in a bad way, but I'm double champ. I'm not bothered, right? LA Knight. I know some people are like, why isn't LA Knight? That's kind of part of the story. The reason he was eliminated was because of his involvement with the Usos, bloodline, etc., etc. Jey Uso. Yes, it's not going to be a 5-star classic, but in terms of, like you say, what's been going on with Jey Uso and with CM Punk, and the fact the two Bronnies aren't in it, intrigues me even more. Let it play out.
It'll be like. It'll be one of these matches where there'll be lots going on, right? There'll be this person, Jimmy will be upset. Roman Reigns might be there. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to show up for that one. Who knows?
Not talking to him until Christmas, is he?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you're off the Christmas card list, baby. So there will be all kinds of window dressing and shenanigery.
That's a word.
Shenanigans and buffoonery. I got confused between the two words.
What's it called? A portmanteau? Is that?
It's a type of wine, isn't it? I have no idea. But yeah, the shenaniganery There'll be lots of that.
Yeah.
And like I don't expect Jey Uso to wrestle like Toshiaki Kawada. You know?
No.
Like,
I think we're probably getting Cody and Drew in a stepped-up rematch on that show, which will probably be the best match. Let's be honest. So that's check.
Yeah.
Story stuff and yeeting also check.
more shenaniganery. from
Indeed, that's what we want. That's what we've always said.
We do be inventing words over here. Right, let's talk about the title change on last night's episode of Raw, not including vacant in this conversation. But we got new World Tag Team Champions. Is that the right belt? I have to check this every time.
I never know. I just say the red and the blue one. Well, that one's just unified, isn't it, across the brands?
It was the World Tag Team Championships, yeah. Yeah, you know, like I have this thing in my head where I never get affect and effect the right way around. It's the same with WWE titles. You know, you just have these little things that never fall into place no matter how many times you read them. This is one of them. But yeah, AJ Styles and his best friend for life, Dragon Lee.
AKA AJ Lee.
His longtime ally.
Yeah.
AJ Lee is the World Tag Team Champion. They defeated Finn Balor and JD McDonough on last night's Raw, the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day only defended this belt once in 112 days, by the way.
Disappointing, because when they won it, it was huge.
Yeah,
great reaction. It's a bit like the New Day's reign. It's like, what are you doing?
One successful defense. Hopefully, because AJ is retiring, hopefully this puts it in more of a spotlight. But it's Triple H. Who knows with him in big 2025. But yeah, there you go. We have new tag team champions. Won't do a play-by-play or anything like that because you got a podcast for that later on. And Simon Miller does the ups and downs later on as well. But it's an interesting little move. I tweeted jokingly this morning, listen guys, if you were going to have AJ Styles win the tag titles one last time on his way out, almost was right there. We've been there. And look, listen, I was being half serious because I love Dragon Lee. I think he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
I love Omos even more though because I love giants.
Yeah.
However, taking that aside, it's a good chance for them to elevate Dragon Lee by being associated with it. Will they do that? I keep it at arm's length because I don't have much faith in them following up on these things after the year we've had. But he's a great wrestler, and I'm glad he's champion with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they've got enough teams, but I'd have them working pretty much every other week defending these titles because they're sensational as a duo, like you say. Match was really good fun, and the right decision, I think, to take the titles off them. More intrigue, like I say, with the Judgment Day storyline ongoing. Dom being like, well, I've still got 2 titles, and I don't know what you two are moaning about. But yeah, I want to see what they do because, like you say, we're heading into this final, what would it be, 14 months potentially of AJ Styles' career. Allegedly, 2026 is his final year. He's not necessarily going to do the same thing as John Cena has run it all the way till December, but still, it's something. And I just want this to be featured far more prominently than it was with the Judgment Day. Not it was their fault, like you say, they just weren't booked well enough.
Yeah, I agree. They just didn't defend the belts enough, and they're heels, so you know they don't need to be fighting champions or whatever. But like they should be a bit more visible and they should be a bit more active in the ring. So hopefully that is something that they address with this new reign. Yeah,
I should say I got confused and thought that the title belts switched over both shows. They don't, of course. The Wyatt Six have them. It's just the women's titles that goes everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, like they've got a boatload of teams. You just need to establish them. You look across, like even on SmackDown, they were just like, oh, do you remember Fraxium and DIY? They're back again. Yeah. I was like, yeah, where Fraxium been for 2 months or whatever it is?
Nathan Frazier, have you seen that man's Steam library? He's getting into streaming. He's getting into streaming. I think he is because he posted a picture of a desk with like things on it that I don't know how to use.
Is he a computer man?
Well,
can I recommend a sound card?
An Intel Inside.
A printer. Actually, don't. They suck.
All printers are bad.
They're awful.
Axiom was like, post your Steam library, chief, and he did, Nathan Frazier, and it was like FIFA, Call of Duty, and like Fortnite or something. Like it was just like 6 games.
It is a bit like, you know, when they do the Spotify end of year things of your music, but they do it for gaming. And I got my one and it said, congratulations, you played 5 hours of Spider-Man last year. And I was like, yep, sounds about right.
There's a graphic doing the rounds. It's like Jey Uso names his favorite games. It's like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, and FIFA. Fair enough. Fair enough. I love it. And what's your Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year? It's Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce. Yeah.
Mine's just going to be the Paddington theme song. I know exactly what's coming down mine.
Fair. My most played album is probably Cowboy Carter, actually, because of long car journeys.
There
you go.
Of course.
And it's got like 40 tracks as well. You listen to it once, it's like...
It's got some bangers on there.
It does, it's good. Good record.
Yeah. I'll tell you what wasn't a good record. What? The ending to WrestleDream.
That was a record scratch.
Yeah.
And not like DJ Lethal. Rest in peace, Sam Rivers, by the way. I love Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, and R.I.P. to Mo. We mentioned it.
Yeah,
we
spoke about him a bit yesterday.
But yeah, real legend, and a particular favourite of the WhatCulture office.
We love Mo, man. We have made literally tribute music videos to Mo in the office. That if we put it on here, it would probably get demonetized because it has like commercial songs. But we love Mo. Like
it's on Adam Nicholas's X somewhere.
We love Men on a Mission, man. Legends.
But yeah, WrestleDream's ending, a divisive ending to say the least. Many people thought it sucked, and the justification as to why may have been revealed by Brian Alvarez, saying that the end to it, with Jon Moxley saying "I quit" even though no one heard it, was rushed because they were completely out of time. There was also some concern about the Missouri Pro Wrestling Commission stopping the match after Darby Allin sliced up his arm. I didn't realise this until we were talking about it on the review yesterday about the state rules or whatever about like no blood, you can't fight in the crowd, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. There's these athletic commissions need to man up, is my opinion on that. Joking, that's taking a piss, bro. Be
better.
I've run out of words to use here. Yeah, that does explain why it did feel like rushed and like really sudden, and like the idea of him being in this pool of water that's full of broken glass and quitting after being like locked in his opponent's mentor's finishing move. Like, write that down on paper. It sounds quite good, right? But the way it was executed was not well done.
No.
It was not. The peril was not effectively communicated. The threat of the glass wasn't effectively communicated, and also the show went off quite quickly after the win.
They didn't really enhance, like, he's been twatted in the legs with a baseball bat.
Exactly.
They didn't really hammer that home, or
it's fundamentally it's not a bad idea, but it was rushed and it came off rubbish on the night, is my view of it. It's a shame, but shows sometimes go AEW pay-per-views especially are quite long. So there you go. That's what happened, and that's why it was maybe a bit crap.
Yeah, I think it's
a live show.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Because it's like an I Quit match, especially with these two. You had the horrific stuff, even if you discount the ability to bleed and things like that and fight in the crowd and what have you. Nevertheless, it was just a bit of a that's the ending.
I see why people thought it was a de-escalation. Yeah, and I think that's a fair criticism.
But I'm intrigued to see how they follow everything up, whether it be the Death Riders, Derby, etc. Santa Sting on Dynamite this week.
Sexy. And I'm intrigued to see how you follow this video up, my friends. I think it should be by clicking these misconceptions about AEW that you probably believe. We'll be back tomorrow. Unless something crazy happens, like today. I don't know, Andrade leaves AEW or something.
Yeah, if that happens, we'll be back.
Seems like a thing that might happen. Bye.
Bye.